So they were considering Chris Elliott and Rob Lowe to play Harry. Now, I'm not sure who Chris Elliott is, but I know who Rob Lowe is.
Yeah, Chris Elliott, he was in There's Something About Mary. He was also in Groundhog Day. He was the cameraman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, but his the
I know the face, but not the name.
yeah, he's kind of a character actor, kind of like Margot Martindale. Like he just kind of he's never really had like a definitive starring role. He's always kind of been like a B or C character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's extremely talented. I think that he could have pulled off Harry better than Rob Lowe. Like Rob Lowe's old school. He's got some really good chops, but Chris Elliott's he's got more of that style that he's kind of wacky. Like Rob Lowe, I don't know. But still, that's pretty impressive that they had those two guys and still chose Jeff Daniels. I guess they really saw something when he worked with Jim, because I mean, you got to see what that looks like.
And you got to have, you know, as you mentioned earlier, the chemistry. I don't think, you know, Chris Elliott is now I know the face. You know, he's the guy from Scary Movie 2 with the hand.
Yeah. Strong hand. Forgot about that.
And he pulled that off to, you know,
Oh yeah, the timing on it. You know, he's like I said, he can totally do comedy, but I think at the end of the day, it literally came down to, hey, who's looking the best with Jim? Like who's working well with Jim? So. And
it came down to Jeff Daniels. So the studio asked him to it was the studio's decision, not the production company's decision. So Charles B. Wessler and the Kajita Motion Pictures Corporation, they had no say in this, and they made an insulting offer of $50,000. Take it or leave it. And to everybody's surprise, including Jim Carrey, he took the money. So that's an investment right there. I don't even think he got residual rights or anything like that.
I was just fixing to say, I wonder, how, maybe he had a strong back end deal or something. But I mean, if that was they were free and clear on that, man. Like that's, dude, just the way the world works now. That's straight up robbery.
Oh yeah.
Because your intellectual property is going to be proliferated in so many different ways these days.
Yeah.
And I know in '94 it was a little bit different, but it's still all one and the same. Anytime that movie is screened, you should be, as the person who starred in it, you deserve a little bit of it. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And, it wasn't a clean acceptance either, because the production scheduled a whole week of filming of Jim Carrey's solo parts. So wherever Jim Carrey was doing things by himself on screen, that was in the first week of filming. They didn't shoot a single scene with Jeff Daniels in, because they were trying to get him to quit.
Oh, okay, like the limo scene.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of all the ones where where he's either solo or he's not in it. The dream sequence where he's in the lodge. A couple of there's 4 or 5 of them that I can think of where it's just him. That's interesting. Huh. I guess they decided they had other plans and it just didn't work out that way, or.
Well, after Jim Carrey stormed the director's room and said, "Okay, it's Tom, let's do this," then, because basically he pulled the Bruce Willis line. The Bruce Willis line is, "Who's your second choice to play John McClane?" That was always his line during Die Hard. Whenever the production company was trying to change something that he didn't want, he'd go, "Okay, so who's your second choice to play John McClane?" And they'd back down. They'd back down. Yeah. So the minute they put them together, that's when the chemistry really, really hit it off. And they actually improvised a lot of their scenes together.
Yeah, yeah.
It
has a natural feel. Like sometimes it's hard to tell like what's scripted and what's not, because they really just get along really, really well, and just that their timing is really well together.
Yeah, and one of the things that like the tag scene in the van, that was improvised completely. And the scene where I had it written down. Hang on one second.
The most annoying sound.
Yes, the most annoying sound in the world. That was Jim Carrey started that, and then Daniels joined in as he made the noise. So poor old Mike Starr, he had no idea what was going on when he was in that van with them. When he was doing that irritation was like legit.
Those are all genuine reactions. Yeah,
Yes.
see, that's really the best way to do it. I've heard in horror movies sometimes they won't let the actors see the bad guy
No.
until it's time, so they can get some natural reaction. So that makes sense to kind of do that and from an improv angle to get a natural reaction. Yeah, so that's really good. That's some funny stuff. That one and the one at the convenience store, but I think we're gonna get to that one later.
Oh, we will.